Hi, welcome to Module 2. Let's try to run some simple commands to get yourself familiar with the environment. In the code cell, let's type print hello world. If you press enter, you can see that you go to the next line, but not run the code. To run the code, you can press enter plus Ctrl or click the run button. Then you can see the output hello world. Let's type print hello world hash mark. This is my first code. You can see that only hello world displayed in the output. This is because this is my first code is typed after the hash mark, so it is treated as a comment. Next, let's try entering a simple mathematical expression, 2 plus 3. You should be able to see the output 5. Then, let's type print 2 add 3 and run. An error message appeared since there's a syntax error. Therefore, we should use add symbol instead of add. An error message tells you that the line of your code cannot be executed properly. In this case, you need to debug your code. Next, let's talk about variable. A variable is a name that is a reference to an object. You can use the assignment operator, which is the equal sign symbol, to assign values to the variables. In this example, the text to the left of the assignment operator, which is x, is the name of the variable. The text to the right of the assignment operator, 500, is the value that will be assigned to the variable. Then, let's try the following code and run. The first one is price equals to 5. You may find that there's no output after running the code. If you want to display the value stored in the name after an assignment, you need to type the name. For example, now you see the value 15 in the output. A name of a variable cannot start with a digit, and only letters, digits, or the underscore can be used to form the name. Please try the following codes. The first one is PE equals to 5. And then PE underscore 123 equals to 8. The next one is PE exclamation mark 123 equals to 12. An error message appeared since there's an exclamation mark in the variable name. You can change the value of the variable by assigning a new value to this variable again. For example, we used to assign 15 to the variable stock. Now, we would like to change it to 8. Now, the value for the variable stock is updated to 8. Bear in mind that Python is a case-sensitive language, so uppercase and the lowercase of the same letter is not treated the same. For example, let's type stock with S in capital letter. The error message appeared Since the variable stock we used previously is with s in lowercase, which is different from the variable stock with s in uppercase. You should make the name of the variable reflect the purpose of creating this variable, and more importantly, make it short. Which of the following is a good name? Next, let's introduce variable types. A variable can store different type of data that depends on the input data. A variable type is determined when you first assign a value to a variable with the assignment operator. Integers are whole numbers without the fraction part like the following examples. Floats are the real numbers that are written with a decimal point. A string is a collection of characters represented in a quotation mark, single quoted or double quoted. Boolean has only two possible values. List is a collection data type which is ordered and the value is changeable. In the next part, let's try the following codes to understand more about the arithmetic operators in Python. The first one is 3 multiplied by 5 plus 6. The output is 21. And you can see that the multiply sign in Python is the star. Then, let's try 5 to the power of 3. The answer is 125. The exponents operator in Python is the double star. Then, we will like to calculate 3 plus 5 first, and then multiply by 2. You can use brackets to indicate the precedence. The answer is 16. Since we calculated 3 plus 5, and then get 8, and then multiplies by 2. So the answer is 16. Next, we would like to calculate the remainder of 21 divided by 4. We use percentage sign to get the remainder of the calculation, and the answer is 1. Because when 21 is divided by 4, the quotient is 5 and the remainder is 1. Then, we want to evaluate whether 3 is larger than 3. We can do this by typing 3 larger than 3 and then run the code. The answer is false, so 3 is not larger than 3. If you want to evaluate whether 3 is greater than or equals to 3, the logic is the same. You simply type 3 greater than or equal to 3 and then run the code. The answer is true. If you want to express not equal to in Python, you can use the exclamation mark and then the equal sign. For example, if you want to evaluate whether 3 does not equals to 3, you can type 3 exclamation mark equal sign and then 3. The answer is false because 3 equals to 3. Finally, let's try the more complicated calculation in Python. So 7 minus 6 multiplies by brackets 3 plus 5 brackets to the power of 2 and then divide by 9. The answer is negative 35.6667. The calculation of 3 plus 5 has the highest precedence since they are in the brackets. Then, let's see what will happen after running the following code. There is an error message. As one equal sign indicates assignment, we use double equal sign for the mathematical meaning of equal to. Therefore, if you want to test whether two values are equal, you should use double equal signs. You can find the commonly used arithmetic operators for calculation in Table 1. Apart from the arithmetic operators in Python, let's talk about the precedence rules. Python uses the same precedence rules for its arithmetic operators that we do in the real world. Parenthesis has the highest precedence. Exponentiation has the next precedence. Multiplication and division have the same precedence, which has higher precedence than addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction have the same precedence. Operator on the left has higher precedence than the operator on the right. Python provides us with several predefined built-in functions to help us in performing different function operations. Table 2 provides a list of commonly used built-in functions, including absolute value, length, minimum, maximum, integer, float, string, evaluate, input, print, type, power, round, range, is instance, list, slice, sorted, sum, filter, and finally help. Now, let's try some examples to get familiar with the built-in functions in Python. The first one is ABS. It returns the absolute value of a value. For example, ABS -3/5. It returns 0.6, which is the absolute value of -3/5. Next is len. Len returns the number of characters of a string. The example is len 4 multiplies hello. The output is 20. Because there are 5 characters in hello and multiplies by 4, so it should be 20. Min and max find the minimum and maximum of a series of values. So min 5, max 8 and 3. The output is 5. The maximum between 8 and 3 is 8, and minimum between 5 and 8 is 5, so the answer is 5. Then is int. It returns the integer part of a number or converts a string into an integer. So int 2.99 plus int and a string of 8. The answer is 10. Since the integer part of 2.99 is 2, and int converts the string of 8 to the integer 8, so the sum is 10. Float returns a number to a float variable or converts a string into a float variable. For example, float 5 plus float the string of 3. The answer is 8, because float converts the string of 3 to the number 3, and the sum of 5 plus 3 is 8. str returns a number into a string. For example, str 26 plus the string of 83. The output is 2683. You may find that the addition in string is to link the strings in sequence. EVAL evaluates an argument as a Python expression. For example, EVAL, the string of 56 plus 3/2. The output is 57.5. So the function of EVAL evaluates the string of 56 plus 3/2 as a Python code, and then performs the calculations, and the answer is 57.5. Next, the function of input displays the argument and takes user input as a string returns. So name equals to the user's input of what is your name. So I input N as an example. So now the variable name is the user's input N. Last but not least, print is a simple way to produce an output. For example, print your name is, and then the variable name. The output is your name is N. As you can see that the variable name collects the user's input N. Therefore, our output is your name is N. Please practice the following questions to review the materials taught in this video. Thank you for watching this video and look forward to seeing you in the next module.